Arizona via KSRN in Arizona. Welcome to the best midday sports show you will ever listen to, or morning sports show in your case because you're on Pacific time. And to everybody else, as we always say, buckle your seatbelts. There's turbulence and plenty of it. Let's go.
Can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up? Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Seal.
Tell me about it.
Let's go, baby!
Woo!
That damn seal.
Yup.
That damn seal.
Damn you, Cole.
Good morning. Welcome to the Taco Tuesday, no brunch sexuals allowed edition of Snowman in the Morning. Glad to have y'all with us.
You say that now.
Yes, I know. I say that now, and watch what happens during the show today. This first hour is powered by Invader Coffee. Wake up and conquer your morning with Invader Coffee. Veteran-owned, air-roasted, and unapologetically bold. No fillers, no BS, just strong, clean, damn good coffee. Whether you like it black or with a twist like I do, Invader fuels warriors, broadcasters, and everyday legends. Grab your bag at invadercoffee.com and taste the mission. Use the code Snowman for 15% off of your order. Invader Coffee, fuel for the fearless. Snowman here, along with the big dog and Vicala, and gentlemen, I'm gonna call an audible, and Victor, I'm gonna turn this over to you to start the show because we haven't done this in a while. How about a baseball scoreboard update to kick off the show, sir?
Okay, let me go ahead and pull it up. The Snowman SeatGeek scoreboard update brought to you by, you guessed it, SeatGeek.
Yes, where fans can fan. Take it away, Victor.
All right, let's go ahead and get the scoreboard up. MLB scores. Here we go. All right, let's go ahead and start with the day that was yesterday. The Guardians lose to the Reds 7-4. The Pirates beat the Marlins 10-3. The Cubs lose in one-run fashion against the Phillies 4-3. The Rays beat the Red Sox 10-8. The Braves beat the Brewers 7-1. The The Blue Jays beat the Cardinals 5-4. The Angels took down the A's 7-4. The Dodgers beat the Padres 8-7, and the Diamondbacks took down the Mariners 8-4. Today's slate goes this way: at 5:35 p.m., the Baltimore Orioles will be taking on the Detroit Tigers. The Marlins will be going to Pittsburgh to take on the Pirates at 5:40. The Reds and the Guardians will go at it in the Battle of Ohio at 5:40 p.m. At 5:45, the Phillies will try to make it another win against the Cubs.
Go Phillies.
The Mets host the Nationals at 6:10, and the Red Sox host the Rays at 6:10 as well. 6:40, you see the Yankees and the Royals go at it in Kansas City. The Rangers take on the Twins at 6:40, as well as the Brewers hosting the Braves. 6:45, you have the Blue Jays taking on the St. Louis Baseball Cardinals. At 7:10, the White Sox and the Astros will be going at it, and I believe Snowman will be having that call. The Giants take on the Rockies at 7:40. 8:38, we see the Angels hosting the Athletics. The Padres host the Dodgers at 8:40, and as a nightcap, the Arizona Diamondbacks will be hosting the Seattle Mariners.
All right, to the WNBA we go. Tonight's schedule looks like this. Atlanta will host Indiana in a very important game. That'll be at 7:30. At 8, it'll be the Liberty 8-0 on the year and steaming towards another WNBA title, taking on the Chicago Sky. And that's your look on the SeatGeek scoreboard. It's brought to you by SeatGeek, where fans can fan. Let's stay with baseball, shall we?
Mm-hmm. Wait. Hold on. Time out.
I'm ready for you. Do it.
Black men talking baseball.
You darn skippy we are.
Let's get going.
How about those Houston Astros?
Going back to their winning ways. Going back to their winning ways.
This is a team in the Houston Astros that has been beat up all year.
Mm-hmm.
They've been beat up all year.
But
Last time we did a standings check, they were like half a game behind Seattle, and that was like what, a week and a half, 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're 3 games
they
up.
are 3 full games ahead of the Seattle Mariners. And remember, Houston trailed in this division by 8 games to Seattle coming out of the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Coming out of the gate. Now they're 7 games above 500. They're 3 games clear of Seattle, 5 of the Angels, 5.5 of the Rangers, and the Athletics 11 and 10.5. No,
you had
11
it right.
and a half.
You had it right. It was 11.
11.5 clear of the Athletics, the Oakland Athletics. Yes, I'm old school. What can you say about this? Even if it doesn't parlay into a World Series title, we got to give them their props, man.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Because
this is a huge run for them early on. I mean, I haven't seen them actually do anything like this prior to the All-Star game in ages.
I've seen it for the last couple of years, especially last year when Seattle led this division. Let me say this. Seattle led this division by 12.5 games, led Houston by 10.5 games last year. And by the All-Star break, it was even. This year, Seattle races out to a 7-game lead, 10 games above 500. Now Seattle has collapsed. They're only 1 game above 500, and they're 3 behind Houston.
And honestly, I think that the big turnaround was the series against Seattle for both teams, because you saw a giant upswing for the Astros, and the Mariners fell off a cliff again. This is kind of their thing.
The Astros took 3 out of 4 from Seattle in Texas. 3 out of 4. They lost the first game of the series, and then Houston, and then they woke up and said, "We are tired of y'all. We're taking this division." What can you say, dog, about these Houston Astros? And before you go in, we did our preseason predictions of who will win the division, who will get the wild card, and we did
that back in like February.
Yeah, we did.
We had a couple folks in the chat pounding us with Seattle. And I simply said, to be the division champs, you got to beat the division champs.
And that's the Houston Astros.
And that's the Houston Astros.
And right
playing my
now
White
they are
Sox.
showing it. I mean, they were down 7 early. Seattle came out of the blocks blazing.
Yes, they did.
And now all of a sudden, here we are, about 20 games prior to the All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
And Seattle has hit the monumental collapse button.
Again. Second straight year.
And mind you, this is while they have the big dumper himself, Cal Raleigh, inside the top 3 in the home run chase.
And I love Cal Raleigh.
Yeah.
I love watching Seattle play. I love watching Cal Raleigh play. What am I talking about? I love baseball. What's up, A-Pizzle? A-Pizzle with us this morning.
But now, look at what's going on with them. They can't buy a win if they tried. I mean, they're
more to the point, they can't buy a run.
They have gone 3-7 in their last 10, while Houston's gone 6-4. There's your 3-game difference there.
Exactly. There's your 3 games. There's your 3-game difference, and a plus 23 run difference right now. Plus 23.
Mm-hmm.
When they were way in the minus. Now I want to switch to my hometown White Sox.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong with them?
What's right with them should be the question. Here's what I'm talking about. They are 7 games ahead of last year's pace. They are 7 games ahead of last year's pace. Will they do something this year? No.
Well, I'm reserving judgment until we actually see what happens towards the end of the year, because you just where their fall off is.
I know, but still.
But yeah, giving them flowers for what they're doing.
For me, this is encouraging.
Yes, it's definitely encouraging.
This is encouraging. And what's also encouraging is to see U.S. Cellular Field have 30,000 fans in it. Yes,
because there have been talks about possible moving this.
Think about it. Think about this. Think about this. They took 2 of 3 from the Royals. They took 2 of 3 from Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Now they get the West Division. They get the West Division champs.
Yeah.
So this is going to be interesting.
This is going to be interesting.
This is going to be interesting. And speaking of the Houston Astros and the Chicago White Sox, tonight's pitching matchup, and yes, I will have a partial call for that. It's a dual cast tonight with our Indiana Fever being the main attraction.
Mm-hmm.
Seth Smith goes for the White Sox, and Lance McCullers Jr. goes for the Astros, and that's in Houston. McCullers 1-1 with a 4.44 ERA, 33 strikeouts on the year compared to 12 walks. And Smith for the White Sox 2-3 with a 2.45 ERA. He has walked 25 and struck out 60. Oh
60? Boy, my God!
You talk about that, and I've got the rest of the matchups actually sitting in front of me.
Let's go through it. This is a baseball part.
Go ahead, dog.
All right,
we actually talk baseball. Let's do it.
All right, Detroit and Baltimore. It's going to be Brant Hunter versus Cade Povich. Marlins haven't announced who they've got going yet against the Pirates, but the Pirates are going to be throwing Mitch Keller.
Mm-hmm.
Cincinnati and Cleveland in the battle of OHIO, and shout out to those champions out there. It's Andrew Abbott versus Slade Sassoni. Cubs, Phillies, it's going to be Colin Ray versus Mick Abel. Tampa versus Boston, which, by the way, Boston did call up Roman Anthony last night. Went 0-4 with an RBI and a walk. It's Ryan okay, brain fart for a minute there. Peppa versus Lucas Giolito. Some of these guys.
I remember Gio.
Right now, sitting at 1-1 with a 6.42 ERA, 27 strikeouts.
And what's
Washington?
Stop there for a minute. What's hurt Gio has been injuries.
Yes,
since his days with the White Sox, when he was, for the most part, from 2018 to 2021, indestructible. Same with Carlos Rodon.
And now
injuries has made him bounce around.
Yeah, unfortunately, and
it's very unfortunate.
He's just coming off the IL, if I remember correctly, not too long ago.
Yep.
Washington and the Mets.
I absolutely hate that for Gio because he's a hell of a pitcher when he's healthy.
Yeah, but that's the problem is when was the last time he was fully healthy for a season?
21.
You got the Nationals and the Mets going at it 7-10 inside what should be Shea, but it's City. You got Mackenzie Gore and Griffin Canning. Rangers and Twins. Twins have yet to decide who they're going to have starting, but Tyler Mayhill will take the hill for the Rangers. Braves Brewers, it's Grant Holmes and Quinn Priester. Yankees Royals, Max Fried and Noah Cameron. Blue Jays Cardinals, it's Chris Bassett being counted by Mike Mikolas. White Sox and Astros, the aforementioned Shane Smith versus Lance McCullers. Giants Rockies, Kyle Harrison versus Carson Palmquist. Angels A's, it's going to be Jose Serrano versus Mitch Spence. Mariners Diamondbacks, Logan Evans versus Brandon Pafadit. And the Dodgers have yet to announce who they're going to have on the hill, but Dylan Cease will be going for the Padres. Keep an eye on that because
another White Sox cast off. Dylan Cease, who has a no-hitter to his credit.
Keep an eye on the LA San Diego game because the NL West is tight.
The NL West is smoking hot.
Right now, the three California teams are leading the way, but they're only separated by 2 games.
And I will tell you right now, I'm going to make a bold prediction. Is it sure to go wrong? Probably, because the Dodgers are the champs. But the West Division champs will be unseeded and not by San Diego.
San Francisco?
San Francisco. Somehow they're going to catch fire and race away. It's going to come down to the final game of the year. Just like 4 years ago, it came down to the final game of the year between the Dodgers and the Giants, and then 1 week later they met in an exciting 5-game division series.
That wouldn't surprise me.
San Francisco is going to, if they don't win the division or if they don't even qualify for a wild card, I guarantee you the San Francisco Giants are going to frighten the hell out of San Diego and Los Angeles in that division. And as you mentioned, Shane, 2 games separate 3 wonderful teams in the West.
Yeah, that West right now is going to be the division to keep an eye on because everything else has been separated by 4 or 5 games, if not more, per division. I mean,
but
right now,
3 teams separated by 2 games.
2.
Yeah.
And they got to beat each other up for the remainder of the season.
Yes, they do.
They have to beat each other up for the remainder.
It seems like no matter what the sport is, the West is like always the battleground.
Isn't it?
It is.
It's like you can't, like no lead is safe. No lead is safe in the West.
American League West. Seattle was up 7. Now they're down 3 in the division.
And
I think that's going to be the I think that's going to be the difference because I think even with them being as injured as they are, Houston's about to pick it up and run away. And besides, you got the best second baseman in the majors leading your club in Jose Altuve.
And to think that the West in the AL has actually got 4 teams separated by 5.5.
By 5.5. Yep.
That is insane.
Mariners, Astros, Rangers, and Angels.
Yeah.
All separated by only 5.5 games. But Houston's on the prowl.
Yeah.
Houston is flat out on the prowl. Because I'll say it again, and we've all said this before. They're down 7 games, and you think, okay, this is going to be somewhat of a rebuilding year, and they're still going to remain competitive. You look up the next thing, and they're up 3, and we're a month away from the All-Star break.
Yep.
What? But we said in February, you got to go through Texas, and not the Rangers.
Yeah.
You got to go through Houston. Houston's the runner. Houston's the main runner in the West, and it's going to stay that way.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Now, if there is a wild card in that division, it ain't Seattle.
No,
it's the Texas Rangers.
Well,
I'm not counting out Bruce Bochy.
No, I mean you can't count out any team. He's the manager of that. Texas team has been resilient in the past, so. It wouldn't surprise me to see Bochy end up doing something here towards,
It'll come down to the final series that they play against each other. it'll come down to the final series. I'm not counting out the Texas Rangers.
No.
I did that in 2023, and they provided me with a 44-ounce can of shut-up juice, better known as ice water, but you all know.
Right.
Would not surprise me, but
Would not surprise me at all. Second break. When y'all get back, more sports talk. No politics, no filler, no BS. Just sports, baby. Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze claw.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Hey everybody, Snowman here. Looking for the best way to experience live events? Well, SeatGeek has you covered. With just a few taps on your phone, you can find the best seats for concerts, sports, theater, and more. Don't miss out on unforgettable moments. Download the SeatGeek app today and get ready for an experience like no other. Each ticket is vetted for authenticity and ranked on a 1 to 10 scale. And right now, if you sign up and use the code Snowman, you will get $20 off of your first purchase. That's only through the power of SeatGeek, where fans can fan.
or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck. You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
We're back, and this portion is brought to you in part by Wanna Parlay. Got a gut feeling about tonight's games? Turn your picks into payouts with Wanna Parlay, the fastest growing platform for parlays, picks, and bragging rights. No sportsbook? No problem. Join the community, play for fun, or real prizes, and let your sports IQs shine. It's free to sign up. So, you want to parlay? Go to wannaparlay.com. Use the code Snowman, and you'll get a match on your initial deposit. Wanna Parlay, world's richest parlay.
Man, speaking of getting, punched in the gut, what happened down in Florida last night?
Yeah, the Panthers woke up.
I will say this in a simple sentence. As Victor says to me a lot about a team that revives themselves like that, the Panthers got pissed off.
The Panthers got mad.
My goodness.
Droid drove down there and put a foot in their behind.
Droid drove down there and yelled at him.
Yep.
Okay, here's what happened. And Droid, we love you. That's why we're doing this. Droid drove down there and simply said, "What the are y'all doing losing to these fuckers?"
Especially in overtime.
Hair going everywhere. I mean, well, the first two games were fabulous. They were both decided.
You had to know you had to know this was going to be the blowout game.
Yeah, this would be the blowout game, and I expect the Oilers to respond in Game 4. This is a long series, gentlemen.
Yep. And
wait! You got black men on here talking hockey? You're damn straight we are.
I was about to
talk about baseball, then talk about hockey.
We've been talking hockey since we started this show 11 years ago.
By the way,
we talk about baseball, now we're talking about hockey. I think we're striking out with the black community.
Yeah. By the way, for those who missed the
score, that again, please. Say that again, please.
First, we talked about baseball. Now we're talking about hockey. I think we're striking out with the black community.
Ask me if I care. Ask me if I give 2/5 of a half of a damn. And yes, Mr. McCallum, my dearest friend, Victor, you know who he is. That is a phrase that I created.
I actually that was my first time meeting him at Soldier Field, and that was an awesome.
And we were cutting up.
Yeah.
Soldier Field. Panthers win Game 3, 6-1 at Amerant Bank Arena in South Florida. They now are halfway to back-to-back cups. They lead the series 2-1. Game 4 will be in 48 hours at 8 p.m. An 8 p.m. face-off. It'll be one of a myriad of games we're going to cover as we reopen the sports machine on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Now that A Pizzle says "Go Cats, go!" Yeah, I said this is one of the lone series where I do not have a dog in the fight because I love watching both of them.
Mm-hmm.
I love watching both of them. Stacey Jones is with us.
Latina in Cali as well.
Latina in Cali was the first one to break the seal on the Fanatics feedback zone for today. Stacey, let us know where you're tuning in from so we can shout you out the right way.
And of course, AV Media salute from
Indianapolis, Indiana. We're getting all our fans from Indy, honey. You know what I should do? I should just put a microphone in there. Well, I can't.
Cannot.
I know.
It'd be fun
because it would be fun to just put a microphone in there and just tune her in with the comments. I can't do it because of her work schedule. Because for most of the summer she's going to be working from home.
Sorry about that. Family call. They're going to be stopping in shortly, so I may have to dip.
Are they bringing food?
One, I haven't seen this one in a while, and two, possibly.
They're bringing food.
All right.
They're bringing. Not bring family. You haven't seen in a while. Not bring food.
Well, the good news is, bad to worse, we got a few restaurants just down the street from where I'm at, so we can hit one of those too. So there you go.
Yep. Like I said, family stop by you haven't seen in a while and not bring food.
Stop it.
Thank you, Kevin Harlan.
Right.
When I first heard that call live, I laughed my head off. Stacy's tuning us in from Cincinnati, Bengals.
Oh.
Bengals and Bearcats. Oh my.
Do you tune in to WKRP?
I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
You're a googly moogly.
Are you kidding me?
No.
WKI.
I should wear that shirt tomorrow, Victor. Now that song's going to be in my head for the rest of the day. Thank you, Victor, very much.
It's been in my head for the past 3 months, so you're welcome.
Hey, and speaking of somebody who's got the Groucho Marx look going.
Uh-oh.
What's going on, boys?
We were just talking about what went down in Florida.
We were just talking about you going down to Amerant Bank Arena and going, fellas, what the are you doing with the Edmonton Oilers?
Listen, man, last night was a movie. I'm telling you. I mean, the first goal, Brad Marchand, the first player in Stanley Cup final history to score the last 3 goals in the Stanley Cup final. From my knowledge, someone can fact check me, and I will not argue.
He was the first one to score in the last minute of the last game and the first minute of the first game.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. He booked.
There you go.
So it was.
I know where I'm going to be after this.
and the thing is, when Blake gets here, he has a hot seat he wants to do.
Excuse me?
I beg
and
your
it
pardon.
involves a man who may or may not be the manager of the Kansas City Royals.
Oh
boy.
He is, in his own words, let me pull this up, sick and tired of the miraculously bullshit play of the Kansas City Royals, and Matt Quatraro has to be put on the hot seat. I told him, I'll tell Brian.
Blake is like, I'm tired of being the one in the hot seat. I got to put someone else in there.
I think the remainder of the show, we're all going to put somebody on the hot seat.
But
I may have to save mine for tomorrow, depending on what time family.
Right.
Listen. The thing is, when it comes to last night, there was 3 things that the Panthers did. One big thing was discipline. You see it in the penalty minutes. 85 penalty minutes from the Edmonton Oilers. Mm-hmm. That was because of 10 2 misconducts. 3 misconducts
last night.
And that was all because of the fight near the end of the game.
Yes. Oh, Jonah Gadjevich, listen, he really beat the face.
Wait. Start it again.
I said he really beat the out of Darnell Nurse, man. That was a crazy fight.
Goodbye, Nurse.
And the thing is, I know Blake sees me in the studio right now. He's like, oh, am I late? No, you're not late. I just got here early and they let me in early. Anyways.
Yes.
Another thing that
Pizzle, I said
Tiger uppercut.
Yes.
For the first time since the Toronto series, we scored a power play goal at home. So the power play is starting to actually get working again.
True.
And the game winner goes to who else but Mr. Clutch, Carter Verhaeghe. Scoring another game-winning playoff goal. And the thing is, he scored that all the way in the first period.
Because the Panthers put it away in the first period.
We put it away halfway through the second. That's when we put it away. Was immediately after Reinhart responded to Corey Perry's goals when the game just got out of hand and it just went all tenfold flips on
it. Went full Street Fighter.
it went from NHL 25 to Mortal Kombat 3.
Get out of my head, Droid. I was just about to say that.
You're going from NHL 94 to the original Street Fighter.
Oh, so he went backwards 2 years. Nicole Smith with us from New Orleans or from Louisiana. I think it's New Orleans, but her favorite team, is the New Orleans Saints. And
the Saints, man.
I got a present for Stacy.
The Saints, man. I mean, Tyler Shuck has a lot to prove with that Saints team.
Yep.
And so does Desmond. But not Desmond, Spencer Rattler.
Just a minute. I got something for Stacy. This is my home away from a home raised a Skins fan, but will always die on
on the road to victory. E-A-T-L-E-S, Eagles!
Yep, the world champion Philadelphia Eagles. That's Stacy's team. I know Lacole's team is the New Orleans Saints. I'm going to be sure I get that right.
And of course, Pizzle's like another
who's your
one.
Okay, let's have some fun. Let's line up the chat while we're all here. Now, y'all know who our teams are. Hell,
Yes.
Detroit's sporting one right now in the Kansas City Royals.
Y'all
We
know
know
my
Detroit's
teams.
football team is the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes rules, okay?
Mahomie beat
this
Mahomie
year,
out there.
except for this year when the ruler is Jalen Hurts. But we have a feeling those two quarterbacks are not done with their rivalry in the Super Bowl by a long shot.
Not your Mahomie. Panthers in 5.
Y'all know who. And matter of fact, Stacy, I got a bonus for you, my dear. And Brian Snow Show will be on later today with Stacy. I got a bonus for you. She was raised a fan of these guys.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and we said it right. For those of you that will come against us, hail to the Redskins. All right, we're due for a break. When we come back, Angel Reese, we got to have a talk.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
See, Droid already has that 2-foot smile on my face to show
no.
so to the rest of the guys. I get the feeling y'all know me. I get the feeling y'all know where this is going to go.
Hank, make sure the tank's fired up.
Might
Back in the
need to.
deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
The Taco Tuesday edition continues, and we invite you to join Snowman's Pampered Chef Party and upgrade your kitchen game. From premium cookware to time-saving gadgets, Pampered Chef has what you need to slice, dice, whip, dip, chip, chop, and fricassee and sizzle like a pro. Support the show and shop with us because every great play starts with a solid game plan in the kitchen. Click the link in the description and let's get cooking. And remember, Snowman's Pampered Chef Party is supporting pancreatic cancer, its research, and the defeat of pancreatic cancer. Pancan.org is the site you need for that. Go to Facebook, look up Snowman's Pampered Chef Party for more information. All right, Hank, do your job.
Fire 'em up.
Fill your hood.
Oh, before we go any further,
yeah,
that's a special shout out, special birthday. Because on June the 10th, one of my dearest friends is celebrating a birthday today, Miss Sade Hood. So Sade,
hey, happy birthday from all of us, Sade.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday from all of us. Now, this is a basketball. This is what you're supposed to put in the hoop. Often. Yep. Oh. Put it back. Put it back.
Okay. All right.
Put it back.
Hang on.
Oh, you're messing things up, Shannon. Come on.
Ah, shut up.
Make me.
All right.
Okay. Try again. This is a basketball.
Yeah.
Looks like one.
A small one. It's got dirt on it from my grandchildren, but in any event, this is a basketball. This is what you put in the hoop to score points and lead your team.
Mm-hmm.
Now, with that being established, Hank, do it again.
I tell you what, Bobby.
Now, give me this camera.
That's what I was trying to do the first time.
Angel Reese, you're very talented. You wouldn't have won a national championship without your talent. Okay. 6'3", a forward, and a lefty. You have some dangerous weapons. I will never say that you're not talented. I've watched you for 2 years at LSU, especially when you played a gutty game in a regional championship against your nemesis and Caitlin Clark. And let's call it the way we see it. It's a rivalry, and Caitlin's her nemesis for many reasons I'll get into later. But given the fact that you've been in the W for a year plus, and given the fact that your team has now been blown out not once but twice by the Indiana Fever, go Fever, and the second time was without an ailing Caitlin Clark, I have got to say this as real as I can. Angel Reese, you suck.
Well,
I'll say it again. Very, very talented and a lot of potential there with Angel Reese. I am basing my opinion off of what I have seen. And right now, Angel Reese, you need to go back to the drawing board, which in essence means the gym. What I saw Saturday is you get bullied by Aaliyah Boston, Natasha Howard, on a couple of occasions, Kelsey Mitchell. We've seen you get bullied, and you're supposed to be the bully. You're supposed to be the villain. You ain't doing a good job of it. 4 points on Saturday night. And I want to stick with Saturday night because Angel Reese was supposed to have the spotlight all to herself. No Caitlin Clark to contend with.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
You're at home. You're in the United Center. All right? Let me say that again. You're in the United Center. You had all that in your favor. And plus, on top of that, it was on CBS Sports. It was on CBS. Okay? Forget CBS Sports Network. It was on CBS. In prime time. All right?
This was her revenge game. This was supposed to be her revenge game.
Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central time. This was prime time for Angel Reese in the Sky, who had won 2 in a row to this point. Beat Dallas twice. And you, Angel Reese, scored 4 points.
4.
You're supposed to be the captain of this team. And y'all got blown out 79-52. The only period where you had an advantage was the fourth period, and you barely outscored them 13-11. Barely. Okay? Indiana, once upon a time, led this game by 35 points. Let me say it again. Once upon a time, the Indiana Fever led this game earlier in the fourth quarter by 35 points. The middle 2 periods is where everything went to hell for the Chicago Sky because they got outscored 20-15 in the second period, and the third period they got obliterated 27-11. As a YouTuber that I love watching, called the title of his YouTube channel is Behind the Line. Casey began his rant perfectly when he said, quote, "What was that?" Matter of fact, Angel Reese, with your game on Saturday or lack thereof, and it's not the first time we've seen you shrink and come up smaller than Mini-Me on top of the world's smallest Hell in a Cell. I hope I got that right, Victor.
It's shorter than Mini-Me on a stepladder inside the world's smallest Hell in a Cell. Dak Prescott looked more effective than you did, Angel. That's saying something.
Let me put a very big number in front of Angel Reese. 19,496. A sellout in the United Center. Let me repeat that. 19,496, and you scored 4 points when the spotlight was on you. I have a question.
What in the all types of blue hell
was that?
You know what's scaring me? At some point, we're going to have some pictures of Angel Reese, whether she's in the basketball uniform or some of her outfits. You're going to hear the galloping of a horse. And there's going to be a picture saying Angel Reese the truth. And you're going to hear, this has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation.
I might have to do something with that.
Because that's what this is getting bad.
They've been beating this dead horse since Angel Reese was drafted 7th in the 2024 WNBA draft. Gentlemen, I have a question. Who was drafted first overall?
Caitlin.
Who has proven more?
Well,
despite
right
an
now,
injury?
Well, right now it's been Caitlin.
Between the two, it's all Caitlin Clark and nobody else. Period. Point blank. End of ball game. Do you realize that the Indiana Fever have only lost once to the Angel Reese-led Chicago Sky, and that was last year in Chicago at Wintrust Arena when Angel Reese showed her potential in leading the team from a 15-point fourth quarter deficit to an 88-87 win. We all watched that game. All right? We all watched that game, and we all said the same thing. Now, this is the Angel Reese we need to see.
Yes.
Because she finished with 24 points, I believe 24. Fact check me on this, if you please. It was in Chicago. They won 88-87. I just need Angel Reese's stats from that game. That game is where we saw the potential of Angel Reese bust out.
Yes.
Especially in the final 10 minutes. Talk to me.
I'm still working on things.
Still working on it. Okay. Since then, Angel Reese, you have shrunk and disappeared. And you're supposed to be one of the reasons that the WNBA has more eyes now and larger audiences.
And a lot of people are going to point, well, look at all the rebounds she has. Look at how many rebounds she's got. I'm like,
man, give me this. You're supposed to be one of the reasons of the rise of viewership in the WNBA? Bullshit.
Sunday.
Give me this.
Now that's June 23rd last year.
Talk to me.
Angel Reese had 25 and 16.
You hear that, Angel Reese? 25 points, 16 rebounds in front of just short of 10,000 at Wintrust Arena. That is when you were supposed to grow from that. And I'm going to make a comparison that's going to make every man on this panel cringe, but I'm going to do it anyway. You've shrunk more than LeBron James has after a 7-game war against Shane's Boston Celtics, where you were supposed to take that next step in ascension. 2008 is the year.
Oh, right. 2008 Cavs.
2008 was the year where you single-handedly, LeBron, battled the Boston Celtics for 7 games. Danny Fuller says Angel is no Robin. Angel's not even close to being good. All right? Robin's a Hall of Famer. James Buddha Edwards and that whole Piston team. Okay? You can't even make that comparison. And I've seen, except for that one game against Indiana, I have not seen the potential of Angel Reese flourish.
No.
None.
Period. I have not seen the potential, and God help me, the potential's there. But Angel, you need to get in the gym. Number one. Number two, pick a lane. Either you're going to be a fashionista or you're going to be a WNBA star. And right now, everything's leaning toward fashionista because you don't care about playing basketball. Oh, did I say something wrong? Let me say it again. Angel Reese, you do not care about playing basketball, and you're showing it. You're showing it. Let your game do your talking. And if you continue to do that the way you're playing right now, you ain't saying much.
No.
And you won't say much more either. You realize that the Indiana Fever last year won 3 out of 4, and they're 2-0 against Chicago this year with 2 blowouts.
2 blowouts.
Oh, by the way, July 27th is when they meet again. Guess where that game is?
That's back in the Fieldhouse.
Back in the United Center.
Oh, back in the United Center.
Back in the UC. Okay.
They're back in the UC. July 27th.
Now,
and then August 9th and September 5th, those will be in Indianapolis.
Okay.
Here's
Talk
my
to me, dog.
Does Angel Reese maybe have a performance problem in front of huge crowd?
We talked about that.
It's a possibility. It's a possibility, but at some point you got to get past that because that's what you signed up for.
I mean, outside of the performance that she had during the LSU days, that
where they had, where the Maravich Assembly Center seats what, 15,000?
Yeah. Maybe it's also now the money's getting to things. You know,
Not only
she's
is the money
paid to
getting
be
to her,
there
but the
now.
fame is getting to her.
It's the fame. It's
Yeah.
the fame.
It's the fame. The money's coming, okay? If she makes the right deals off the floor, she's going to be fine.
I mean, she's extremely marketable. What did I say before? She's an extremely marketable person. She has the flair. She has more of the flash and flair than someone like a Caitlyn does. Caitlyn is more the steak, whereas Angel's more the sizzle. You need both.
You do. You do need both. And Angel, you should be used to playing in front of big crowds because the Maravich Assembly Center holds 13,215. That should be more than enough. And remember, she started her college career at Maryland.
Mm-hmm.
And at Maryland, you're playing in front. Well, potentially you could play in front of 19,900.
Mm-hmm.
But we know that women's sports is not supported that way, unfortunately, and we're working to change that.
Right.
I said it. My crew is working to change that. Back to business. Angel Reese, I hate telling you that you suck because I know the potential is there, but let's just face facts. Right now, as far as being a WNBA player, you suck badly.
You're not.
And unless you talk to Lisa Leslie, who helped you form your foundation.
Yes.
Unless you talk to Hakeem the Dream Olajuwon, okay? And legends like that, Tina Thompson can help you, for God's sakes. Unless you talk to people like that and actually listen and do what you're supposed to do, I'm sorry, but you ain't worth the price of the ticket. Period. And you'll never be worth the price of the ticket unless you decide to get in the gym and shape your game up. Unless you make the conscious decision, and we all make conscious decisions in our field of choice.
Quick interruption. My family's here. I got a jet.
All right, Doug.
Take off. Listen. Unless you make the conscious decision to get in the gym and get it in your mind that you are a great basketball player, your words mean nothing. I had to get it in my mind that I'm a hell of a broadcaster. I had to see it and I had to feel it. You got to do the same thing, Angel Reese. But until you talk to legends like Lisa Leslie to get you started, hell, ring up Cheryl Miller.
Well, one of the problems with Angel is that every interview she does is about Caitlyn. It's about Caitlyn Clark and how Caitlyn Clark is not the only face of the league and all that.
Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing I was going to bring up. I said it before yesterday that there is a bit of the fatigue between both of them, between Angel and Caitlyn
Clark.
Like,
and they're ignoring.
Right.
We talked about it yesterday. The fatigue is real. Okay. And I'm getting pretty sick and damn tired of you, Angel.
Go ahead, Snowman.
I'm getting pretty sick and tired of you, Angel Reese. Give me this. Talking all this and not proving it. Period.
Like we'll get to this quote that was brought up, right? So Angel remains defiant against her critics after dropping just 4 points on 2 of 7 shooting against the Fever, right?
Mm-hmm.
She goes on Instagram showing off a nice little black leather suit.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I am exactly who I think I am. And this is in all caps.
I am exactly who I think I am.
So the question is, who are you?
Who are you? I am exactly who
are you?
Just a moment. I am exactly who I think I am, says Angel Reese.
Stop it. Get some help.
Is my response.
No, who are you? Because at this point, Angel Reese, the basketball player, is nothing to look at.
The fashionista is good to look at, okay?
The fashionista is fine.
But you got to remember, and BGS said this so many times over, and we've repeated it. Basketball is where you make your bread right now.
Yes.
Concentrate on that. Because if you don't concentrate on that, you're going to be out of the league in 2 years.
Now, I do agree with Droid. These reporters have to start asking her questions more prevalent to her and the sky.
Yep.
and
they
stop
won't. And the Sky, and I go with Playmaker. The media are just so catered to Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and there are a ton of players in the WNBA right now that are showing off. Nafisa Collier,
right?
Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Jonquel Jones, perhaps, maybe, kind of, sort of.
It's like that. That's probably why she's getting so frustrated of hearing Caitlin's name, because every time she's in there, but again, you know what the deal is coming in. You know that since that title match where you won over Caitlin
in 2023,
you know it was going to be you and her joined at the hip. You knew that.
And once upon a time, she said, "There's no rivalry. We actually get along." You know what?
Now that's some bullshit.
I think at the first time it wasn't. I think originally it wasn't BS. I think they did have a lot. I think they did have a lot of respect for each other.
I think so too. But now, since Caitlin has improved and the WNBA has recognized it,
but
and
also
she's still getting all the attention, she's frustrated. Well, I have a simple solution for you, Angel Reese. Do something about it.
Well, it's also the fact
shake your game up, will you?
It's also the fact that, again, when you are getting continuously because let's be honest, as soon as these two got in, the camps were set. You had the Caitlin camp and you had the Angel camp,
and it's getting worse every day. D Chicago joins us. He says she doesn't realize how the women will turn on her once she doesn't have the backing of ESPN if she doesn't stay in the league. True point. They won't bow down to her once she's competing with them for attention. True point. Hence the fatigue comment that we talked about yesterday.
Yep.
Brother Darkness, the WNBA likes pushing subpar players, then complain when people don't engage in the product. Very true.
Exactamundo.
And that's ESPN's fault. That's why when we are covering the WNBA, we do it fairly for everybody. Why I'm reintroducing a Thursday night WNBA game. Go for it, Victor.
Here's one of the main issues is that people want to see good basketball. And a lot of times you're not seeing that in W. You're seeing a lot of missed layups, a lot of air balls, stuff like that, a lot of silly turnovers, and you're like, this is not the basketball that I want to watch.
Right.
It's not, And the thing is, everyone's gonna jump on, oh well, look at all the rebounds that Angel gets. Yeah, because she's basically rebounding her own misses.
Me bounds.
Yes, I want to see her go up and two-hand jam. That's what I want to see. She's tall enough for it.
I would love to see her go up and put one down in John Jones's face.
Yes.
I would love to see her rise up on Sabrina Ionescu, mouse in the house, and come back with a left-handed skyhook.
Yes.
There's so many pieces of Angel Reese's game that she can use, but she chooses not to use it. And
she's not going up. She's not going up with all her strength. It seems like she's very timid going up.
You just quit climbing in my head. Angel Reese, quit playing scared. All right? I'll put a bow on this. Quit playing scared. Quit playing like a coward. Because right now, that's how you're playing. You're playing like a coward. You love all the me bounds that you get. How about a complete game for once? How about a game that you had like you had against Indiana last year? 25 points, 16 rebounds, leading your team back from a big deficit to win.
I think 15.
That was a playoff game. You know what? And your team around you helped you.
Just go around.
They knew you were on a roll, so they fed you the ball. Do that.
I mean, it's going 15 points. I mean, I want to see her hit a double-double. I want to see her going 15, 9 assists, and 14 rebounds. Something like that.
And here's where I go on the media, and I agree with D Chicago, the playmaker, and everybody else. I didn't want to see it at first, but I see it now. You know how much money they're leaving on the table by not playing off the rivalry and letting the fans play off the rivalry and make it so nasty for both players? And the media is doing nothing about it. And that's bullshit.
Yeah.
And I guess another thing with the whole media just kind of upsets me that they're not that four-letter network as a whole isn't encasing the whole WNBA, because there's so many great talents outside of those two.
It
generally upsets me.
I mean, one of my favorite players right now to watch is Sophie Cunningham, who is the most underrated player in the league right now. She's like the Alexander Barkov of the WNBA. Very underrated, but when you see her play, you will realize why people underrate her. They'll point out size, they'll point out carelessness. But when she throws down with Caitlin Clark, she threw down without Caitlin Clark. So what makes you think that she can't throw down with Caitlin?
So, and I say, wait till Sophie comes back from her injury. Injuries have curtailed Sophie Cunningham's Indiana Fever career, but she's one of the key players to this Fever team. Now back to business, and I'm putting a bow on this. Angel Reese, unless you decide to be a basketball player, you're not even worth watching anymore. Now beat it. After the break, Blake has a hot seat of his own, and I'm just going to sit back, relax, kick my feet up. I won't take a nap and enjoy it. Dear Lord in heaven.
Promise we won't sleep.
As long as y'all promise y'all won't cuss.
Yes, we got you. I got you. I won't.
No cussing.
Got
we
you.
made that clear at the top of the hour.
Yep.
And now it's the top of the second hour because we got 4 stations tuning in and we want to play. We have to play nice. And besides, there's a pretty lady in the office behind me that gave me that directive, especially since she is going to be helping seeking out money so I can pay you guys.
All right, let's go ahead and get to hour 2. Back in the juice.
This is Snowman in the morning.
During bad, SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
I think I finally found.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Mason.
Hey, Mason.
Got a new house. It's looking pretty cool so far.
A place that I call home.
I'm teaching Louise how to cook some lasagna.
It only takes a spark to make a fire start.
Thank you.
Study, please.
I think I finally found a place to make my own. A place that I call home. This place that I call home.
My mother was always very familiar with her neighborhood, but one day she stopped at the stop sign for much longer than usual. And she didn't know whether she should go forward or turn, and she wasn't even really sure where she was at. It was very unsettling for her.
I felt so much better after my son told me, Mom, I don't want you to worry or be afraid. I'll be there for you, and we'll figure it out.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Join Ryan McCarthy.
I became a Jets fan because Kermit the Frog was my favorite Muppet because he was green, and the Jets wore green. That's how I became a Jets fan.
And Dustin Henry.
ESPN is cashing all in on let's pay a few personalities and we'll just kind of fill in the gaps.
As they walk you through all of the world of sports from their perspective.
The Albany Empire, it's a literal circus.
No credentials required. Where, Ryan, say the tag.
Where you don't need a press pass to talk sports.
Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. On YouTube and where you can find all podcasts. Hey, Eagles fan. Join my man Cool McCain and a host of others as they break down every single game, every single week in an objective manner, and also from a fan's perspective as well. Remember, this cast feels just like you. Nobody likes you. And you don't care. Fly, Eagles, fly. Eagles Elite Podcast. Every Wednesday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on YouTube and other podcast outlets.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
I made a promise I'm about to keep it. The second hour of Snowman in the Morning is brought to you by AB&J Travel Agency. Most people regret not traveling more as they get older. Stacey Jones, your agent, is trying to eliminate that regret by doing what she believes in. She believes everyone should travel regardless of income. We help travel dreams come true for all wallets, big and small. Go to Facebook.com, search out AB&J Travel Agency, or call 513-991-2717. AB&J Travel Agency, making your travel dreams come true for all wallets. Okay, Blake. Even though you're wearing the shirt of a team that once upon a time had Joel Embiid.
And a guy that got you a ring, Andrew Wiggins.
Well, Andrew Wiggins is better than Joel Embiid.
Yeah.
Joel Embiid sucks.
Yeah, you've reiterated this a bunch.
He's a. Yes, that's true.
Why?
All right.
Why? Okay, Blake, you ready?
Yep.
Why?
Because yes, Joel, it is you.
It has always
been you. It always will be you. Forever and ever. Amen. Now, Blake needs the hot seat.
Yes, he
because
does.
Apparently the Royals of Kansas City have a problem with their manager. So we're going to put the camera on
management in general.
Well, we're going to put the camera on Blake. Android, I expect you to fix this while I say, Hank, fire this baby up.
So the whole situation with the Royals is right now, it's just kind of, with Matt Quatrero and upper management, let's see. To start off with upper management, they didn't hold out on Jack Caglione for 2 weeks, so that means we don't get an arbitration year, which is another year added onto his contract, which kind of sucks. But, if regardless or not, if he's that good of a ball player, we're going to sign him to a long-term deal, hopefully, before his contract's up. But that's just a big if at this point. And Royals pitching and, just gameplay management has kind of sucked as of recent. On Sunday, making your best hitter who's hitting 320 and Michael Garcia bunt in a 2-2 game. What are you doing? What are you doing, Matt? And then bringing in some dude that looks like a journeyman out of the bullpen to load the bases up, and then you bring Carlos Estevez in to try to manage that, and then they drive in a bunch of runs and we win by 2 in a game that we should have ran Charlie Sheen out in the first place because it's in the top of the ninth. Like, I don't know what we're doing here.
I ran Charlie.
Come on, man. But and then upper management's just been weird. Like, I don't know, but trading for Jonathan India hasn't worked out. It hasn't, honestly. It hasn't been worth the price of admission. And then Brady Singer proceeds to start tearing it up in Cincinnati. Like, he's probably their their second best starter in that bullpen.
Yep.
At most. And then I don't know. Another thing I noticed is Carlos Hernandez, who was one of our bullpen guys last year in the playoffs, who was like a flamethrower. He threw like 102, 103 mile per hour fastball. We cut him, and now he's doing really well in Philly. Like, what are we doing here? I know he didn't really have the go get it mentality that they probably didn't want to see in spring training, but like, dude, his upside was exponentially better than the risk of trying to break him of that. But like, come on, like, what are we doing here? And then also, I mean, Bobby's been through a slump. I mean, I was kind of expecting that after he produced a 9-war season, but
right.
And then Vinny's kind of he's been really holding this team together, right, Droid?
I mean, like, Pasquatch has, yes, kind of been the glue that holds this team together, but you can't deny that Miguel Garcia has been the one that's kept us in every game so far. Every game it's been all Garcia, all Pasquatch, and then
Drew Waters out of left field,
and then maybe Chris Bubich, has a good game once in a while. But other than Chris Bubich, we don't really have much pitching to, wow about. Lorenzen is okay.
I mean,
Waka is mid at best. And then you just got a whole bullpen of nobodies who doesn't really know how to pitch a ball. So that's pretty much how I see it and how a lot of Royals fans see it. You got a new series to look forward to after losing to the White Sox series 2-1. Losing 2 out of the 3 games to the White Sox. They need to use this as a reset period.
We got the Bronx Bombers coming in this week.
We have to play the Yankees, Yankees, which is not going to be a fun series at all.
Unless if we somehow pull it together.
Well, from what I know, on the bump is probably
and then
going to be
Cole Reagan.
Yeah,
sucked.
Noah Cameron versus Max Fried. Like, come on, dude.
Yeah, but Noah Cameron actually has been pretty solid, and he's a St. Joe Mo kid.
Yeah, but
he's actually been pretty solid.
Yeah, but you're playing Max Fried.
Yeah, but I'm just saying he's been pretty solid so far for what we were expecting from him. But I mean,
Perez
has been reaching bad on some pitches. If you've been watching,
I need to make this clear. Salvi, just retire, man. Like
you're gonna be a Hall of Famer at the end of the day, regardless. He has, I don't know. It just seems like he has nothing left to prove. I think he's gonna retire after this year since it's his final year on contract.
Who needs? To, mainly just because.
And I love Salvi.
Yeah,
I love Salvador Perez.
Objectively, in every position, every style of catching has objectively been better than Salvi. If we're going to be honest, Freddie Fermin has been really solid this year.
And the thing is, the 35-year-old from Valencia, he's been with the team his entire career. I mean, he never left the Royals. He stayed with us through our hardships, got us a ring. I mean, that was and he's one of the last remaining players from that
2015
squad. And once he retires, we will have 0 remaining players from the 2015
also
World
another
Series
thing
squad.
that I've noticed is that in our farm system we have 2 really good prospect catchers, and Blake Mitchell is it Blake Mitchell, I think, and then another one in AAA. In my opinion, for Royals upper management, we need to target on trading one of those 2 and then bringing the other one up whenever Salvi retires. Like, that has to be the move, because these kids are too good to just let them sit in our farm system for too long, because they're just not going to want to sign for a mid-tier contract whenever they know they're going to be starting somewhere else, like in Washington.
I mean, like, I look at guys like Biggio, I look at Ersheg, I look at guys like Harvey, I look at guys like Darian Blanco. Melendez has had one of his, if not his worst season as a Royals player. MJ Melendez, we expected so much from him, and then he just hasn't been it. And Sam Long, he had that he has a 12.86 ERA. and he's on the 15-day list.
Oops.
I'm not too confident with this team, especially since we're on such a strong division with the Tigers, the Twins, the Guardians, the Royals, and then you got the White Sox, who can play good against divisional opponents, but they can't play against out of division opponents. But we're in a really strong division where making the playoffs is going to be hard, and with the way we're playing, we might as well book our ticket to Cancun early.
Yeah, they're without its looking Royals management and upper ownership is just getting ready to punt the season at this point.
Like, what's scary, I'll mention this, and I mentioned it earlier in the show, the White Sox are actually starting to look good.
Yeah.
Against the big teams like the Yankees and whoever they face in interleague play, they're not ready to compete with them yet. But what I saw with them taking 2 out of 3 from the Royals have always been our boogeyman over the years. And I'm going as far back as 2005. The Royals and the Twins always gave us problems. The Royals won game 1 of that series. And then the White Sox woke up. They got big hits when they needed to. They've had, in that series, in the last 2 games, they had 7 2-out hits that produced runs. And the 5-run 8th they had last Saturday spoke a lot to me. Go ahead, fellas.
I mean, Estevez had a good save. India had one of his best games.
Jack had a 4-hit game.
Yeah, but he never came home. That's the problem. We're leaving too many guys on base.
Yes.
Like, you can't let Jack Caglione go 4 for 4 every at bat. He's a threat, and then all of a sudden he's just sitting there on first base, wondering, where do we go from here?
Yeah, because they're putting him. Which another problem I have with how Matt Quatrero has been building this lineup and stuff like that is because it's because our batting line is so top heavy, and then whenever Miguel Garcia started to light it up, they move him to the top, which doesn't give us any type of support on the back end if some of those dudes get on base. Like if it was me, I'd probably leave Miguel Garcia and knowing that if some of those guys get on base, like Kyle Isbell, who's been pretty solid so far this year, at the plate, which he's been batting like I think he's batting like 275 right now. I'm not for certain, around that range.
Who?
Kyle Isbell.
Isbell right now, he is batting. If I can even find him. He should be near the top. He's batting 277, 15 RBIs and 3 homers.
Yeah, he's been really solid on getting on base, and then no one can get him home because he's just stranded there because you got dudes like, Mark Hanna's been solid in supplementing hits, but he's kind of been a slump recently.
Mark Hanna, once upon a time, was a great RBI man for the A's and for the Cubs. Yep. Once upon a time, he was.
Not now.
Now you're talking about, you're leaning onto, if you're Kansas City, you're leaning on a fellow who, well, I hate to say this plainly, just doesn't have it anymore when it comes to producing in big spots.
Also you got the problem with Nick Lofton, I think his name is, being near that bottom of the order, and it's like he was 0 for 4.
Yeah. And then Kevin Biggio, I heard about him at the beginning of spring training that he was supposed to be really good at supplementing hits and a utility man. Where is he? Like, dude, I haven't seen him in the starting lineup in like at least a month. I'm going to be honest. It's probably been a month.
For a guy who's supposed to be batting 267 and going 0 for 4, it's kind of disappointing.
Drew Waters has been a good supplement, but he hasn't been for this team. It's just been woes of injuries because Hunter Harvey's out, and I know he can supplement the bullpen really well once he gets back. And then also just the woes of everybody's in a slump besides Miguel Garcia right now. If we're going to be honest, it's just been woes of baseball, just injuries and slumps. And I think with how bad this start has been, especially to the start of the year in that first month, I think that's going to be our it's not gonna help us. I don't want to say demise yet because who knows, we might get hot during the summer because the ball flies different, but
true.
You got Cags batting 240. You got Estevez batting one. You got Fermin batting 255. You got Massey batting 202. You got Isbell 277. Waters 273. You got India batting at 248. You got Pasquatch batting at 280. Garcia batting at 312, leading the team in batting average
at 312.
Bobby Witt Jr. running a 291.
And Witt has been inconsistent this year at best.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting him to come out rolling like he was last year, but I wasn't expecting this. I was hoping he'd be a solid like 280 guy, but we haven't even gotten that.
Right.
He's been very
the disappointment so far is Jonathan India by a long shot. He was a star in Cincinnati. He was the star before Ellie came into Cincinnati, and now he's just a washed up who has like a washed up has
like Anthony Rendon.
He's a washed up has.
Great comparison.
He's a washed up has
after Anthony Rendon got paid, he went into the toilet.
Just like Jonathan India.
Jonathan India is a washed up has-been who made the majors and really hasn't done much since. Joel Embiid.
His Hall of Fame is him being a first-round pick. That is it.
You know who he reminds me of? Since we're making comparisons, you know who he reminds me of? Does the name Johnny Peralta mean anything to you guys?
Yep.
Am I accurate in that comparison?
Very accurate.
That's all I need to know. That's all I want. That's all I want to know if I'm accurate in that comparison, because Johnny Peralta played with both the Tigers and the Indians.
Yep.
And let's be real. Even though he helped lead teams to playoff runs, he shrank. He absolutely. I'll give you another name that shrank when he changed teams. Ian Kinsler. That pretty accurate, gentlemen?
Yeah.
I know I'm pulling old school names, but I'm thinking about the way you guys.
I'm tracking you.
I'm thinking about the way you guys have described some of the players on the Royals that are not producing right now, and all I can think of is some of the players that I watched shrink, especially turning to June and then. Oops, did this wrong. Especially turning to June and July and the summer and the ball flying different at the K and everything like that. And with the names you guys brought up, it just reminds me, first we said Anthony Rendon, then Johnny Peralta, and Peralta was a beast with Cleveland.
Okay.
What'd you say, Droid?
He said Joel
Embiid.
Yeah.
Hey, no lie there.
We're about to go up against a team
James Harden
who's batting 396, 312, 261.
You're about to see the judge.
Aaron Judge is almost batting 400.
Yeah, but is he going to be batting that well in the playoffs?
For the second straight year, he's flirting with 400.
And the thing is, here's the hitting averages for Royals players against Max Fried. 151 is our batting average against Max Fried.
As a team?
Only 8
as a team.
hits.
Jesus.
Only 8 hits on 53 at-bats.
Then also
16 strikeouts and a single home run.
And my whole thing with the
Royals
against Max Fried, 2 for 6 without a homer.
And the whole thing with the Royals is with how big the outfield is. It's probably one of the biggest outfields in the major leagues, honestly.
And it's not like a symmetrical outfield either.
Yeah.
It's
not symmetrical.
It is not a symmetrical outfield at the K.
Yeah.
I know. I got a chance to walk it 2 years ago on an anniversary trip.
And the fact that the only power hitter from my or two that can get it out on a consistent basis is Vinny and possibly Jack. We haven't seen Jack at home yet. We have not seen Jack at home. We've been on the road trip.
and that's going to take a bit.
I don't know. With the new time day power hitter, why don't we go get one with trading one of these prospects away?
We're getting close to that point in the MLB season.
Like at this point, I'd rather gamble and go grab Joey Votto because at least I know he has not Joey Votto, but Joey Gallo. There we go.
Joey Gallo. Mm-hmm.
Because at least we know he has enough power to rip that sucker out the stadium.
Yeah, and
his contact might be dog. It might be dog, but we know he has enough power whenever he gets a hold of it.
Yeah,
Matt Quatraro's whole offense is getting on base, but never hitting it deep,
and then also relying on pitching. It's basically the whole. It's been the Rays. We've been rebuilding the Rays.
What is this road to the show where you think you can make a 99 pitcher out of thin air?
It's like they're trying to
do the Rays outline of how they rebuilt the Rays.
Yeah, they're trying to play small ball like the White Sox did in 2005, but it's not successful. Difference being, with the Rays, they drive in runs. With the White Sox in 2005, they drove in runs. They peppered you to death with singles and bunts, but they also hit it deep. They had 5 players on there who hit at least 20 home runs, including their 9th place hitter in Juan Uribe. There's a name for you.
Yep, former White Sox player.
There's a name for you. If your 9th place hitter, Juan Uribe, is hitting 15 home runs as well as peppering the ball all over the place, all right, that's how complete your squad is. And Droid, I know you're going to hate this comparison, but I've got to make it. It's the current version of the Houston Astros. They will pepper you to death with singles. That made him look up. They will pepper you to death with singles, but then you have to deal with Yordan Alvarez. Once upon a time, you had to deal with Kyle Tucker. You had to deal with, once upon a time, Carlos Correa. They'll pepper you to death with teams like that. Current team, Los Angeles Dodgers. They'll pepper you to death with singles, but then you got Shohei Ohtani, you got Max Muncy to deal with. You got players on there that will hit the ball out of the ballpark.
And it's not like this month is going to be easy for the Royals. After the Yankees, they have to play a decent athletics team. They're not a winning athletics team, but it's still a team that can make an upset. The Rangers are a pretty tough team. And then you got Padres, Rays, and Dodgers, all winning teams upcoming on the schedule.
Which also another thing to kind of note with how the Rays rebuilt their team and stuff like that. They had Shane McClanahan. We don't have a true ace. We don't. Unless if you're considering it to be Cole Reagans or Chris Bubich, which at this point, it's probably Chris Bubich with how much Cole Reagans has sucked after getting paid.
And the thing that I find very bad is that, I don't see a single all-star on this team. Nobody on this team is an all-star. Maybe Miguel Garcia. He might get in the home run contest, but that's pretty much it.
I don't see him. I think Miguel is just going to be a backup third baseman during the All-Star game.
But if you're gonna send any Royal to the All-Star game, it's not gonna be the man on the back of my jersey. It's not gonna be Jonathan India. It's more than likely, Chris Bubich has had a pretty solid year. Maybe if Cameron has a good night tonight, he could sneak his way in as like a backup, like a really big, like dig deep relief pitcher.
Noah Cameron has been a really solid supplement for that bullpen or that starting pitching, surprisingly.
And something I find interesting is that this year so far, Cameron has 19 strikeouts with an 0.85 ERA.
And this was supposed to be Cole Reagans, maybe. That's what they're projecting.
He has the second best earned run average in the league behind Giants pitcher Randy Rodriguez.
And then I don't know.
Ahead of guys like Josh Hader, Eric Orze, Andres Munoz, Luke Weaver, Jake Bird, Brant Herter, Aroldis Chapman.
Why didn't we hang on to him?
Paul Skeens.
Love Skeens.
Manuel Rodriguez, Eric Lauer. The list basically goes on.
I mean,
go all the way down.
I think they're trying to make this a Negus type of. They're trying to make this an extension of a manager that is not Ned Yost or Dick Hauser. And why do I bring those two managers up? Those are the two managers that won a title with the Kansas City Royals.
Which
And
also I
love both
don't
of
know.
them.
The only other pitcher in the top 15 for the Royals is Chris Bubich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which also another thing to note is we have Ned Yost as a senior advisor. Matt, use him. Like, come on, man.
And I love Ned Yost. Okay.
Ned Yost stuck to his guns and it panned out.
When Ned Yost stuck to his guns, it got Kansas City a world championship in 2015.
Yep.
When he brought in a player off the bench whose name escapes me right now in the 12th inning.
Terrence Gore.
Let me give you an idea of Mikel's season so far. He is 12th right now in batting average. He's 16th in hits. He is 21st in on-base percentage. He is 17th in doubles, 14th in stolen bases. He is having a career year so far.
Yeah, and I knew that he was going to be worth paying the price, even though he kind of stunk it up last year. I knew he was going to be pretty solid.
The 6 foot 180, 25-year-old from La Sabana.
Mm-hmm. Bruce Marmy is with us. Network 3000 is with us. He says Gallo is now a pitcher because of how he sucked as a hitter ever since he got to New York. I find no lies in that statement. All right, we're going to have to put a bow on this because there's a few other things we got to do. Final words, Blake.
I don't know, man. It's just frustrating watching this team, even though knowing what the product was last year, and then also them saying they want to replicate it again, and it's just
I don't see it.
We just stunk it up. I don't even think we're going to make a wild card spot with how it's looking. And I'm not using analytics here. I'm just genuinely looking at how we've been producing because analytics ruined baseball.
Analytics sucked. Bye-bye, Royals.
I don't care about the launch angle. I don't care about how far it went. I care about whether or not it got out, whether you got on the base,
or he put it in play.
Whether or not you're up in the game.
Did he put it in play?
Kind of with analytics, kind of panning to what Vinny said on the Digging Deep podcast with Eric Hosmer and Mike Moustakis. Analytics only works over the year of 165. It doesn't work every day, which is what you're supposed to be worrying about as a major league player. It's supposed to be winning every game, your next game, every game.
I mean,
putting yourself in the best
two Royals
situation.
legends you just named right there, Mike Moustakis and Eric Hosmer, both part of that 2015 winning team.
Yep.
Yes.
And the fact that Vinny
what
says
was that? That was the years of Danny Duffy, right? Or was that before the?
That was the years of Danny Duffy, Giordano Ventura, Johnny Cueto, which also that team had really solid pitching.
Cueto. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, bye-bye, Royals. And at this point, now I've been saying it for a while. Analytics. Analytics suck, and it's ruining sports as it is.
Yes, indeed it has. It's doing
I
it
hate.
for a while.
I absolutely hate analytics. Did you put the ball in play or not? I mean, the launch angle. Did you get it out of the ballpark? Did you put it in play? Did you drive in some runs? I'm old and I'm old school.
Are you standing on base right now? Good.
Are you standing on base? Are you taking a chance at stealing a base?
Also, another thing that upsets me because I was a sack fly guy whenever I played baseball as a kid. That whenever you get a sack fly, it decreases your batting average pointage. Like, what are we doing here? Which I understand you didn't get on base, but still, you added something to the team in order to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because a bunch of these dudes nowadays care about their statistics, which I don't know why you would in the first place.
Which is stupid to me.
Which I kind of panning to what Vinny said on that podcast again. See, I love to win a whole lot more than I hate to lose. I love winning. Like, I love winning so much I fear losing. But I mean, if I'm able to like in the field of play, if I'm at bat, if I'm able to add something to the team, like if I drive a ball opposite field into right field and it's deep enough to drive home the dude from third, so be it. I'm helping the team as a whole, driving in a run. Like, I don't get how that's going to be a subtract to general stats, even though it's going to be helping the team in the long run. especially in a game. Because sack flies, especially in extra innings, win games. And I don't get why they're degrading that stat as a whole.
Because it's an analytics era, and anything old school they want to degrade. Lord knows Victor and I have talked about that on many occasions over
Multiple
pizza,
times.
over pizza or pancakes or chicken or anything like that. Let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to take a stroll down memory lane to close this bad boy out because Victor and I can share some baseball stories, including what's in a name.
Oh, no.
Back in the deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
The spirit of battle is a powerful force. It's a force that drives us, pushes us beyond our limits. It's a fire in our hearts that fuels our determination, our commitment, our strive for greatness. Every challenge faced, every obstacle overcome, it sharpens our skills and fortifies our resolve. This relentless pursuit of excellence makes the journey so exhilarating. And the victory, it makes the victory sweet.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze god.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat the black people.
As he takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
Weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Okay. Stacy just informed us that she's a Reds fan. She may not be a Bengals fan, but she's a Reds fan.
Okay.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Down the stretch, we come on this Tuesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Hold on, Jory, what you got?
So, remember back in the old days where you had the beefs of Pac and Biggie?
Yeah.
And one big thing everyone started saying was hip hop is no longer a genre, it's a sport. And if you can't play in it, then don't try.
Mm-hmm.
We are now back in an era to where hip hop is a sport. You got disses after disses, random people having random beef with others. And the thing is, it's not like these fake beefs. No, this is genuine beef.
Well, they can have them all.
It's as long as
Grade
it
A
stays,
USDA beef.
as long as it stay within the confines of the.
Hang
Long as
tight,
they-
fellas.
Okay.
I got some breaking news here. Chicago Sky champion and WNBA sharpshooting legend Allie Quigley has officially retired 3 years after playing her last game. She enjoyed a 14-year WNBA career playing for her hometown Sky, a product of Joliet Catholic, for those of you who remember, from 2013 to 2022, where she became a 3-time All-Star and a 4-time three-point shootout champion. It's a record across the WNBA and the NBA. While the retirement of the former DePaul great and Joliet native has long been assumed, she made it public this week. Quigley wrote in the Players Tribune that she was close to stepping away after 2021, after the year after she and her wife Courtney Vandersloot led the Sky to the franchise's first WNBA title. She also says, quote, "I took the 2023 season off, then I took the 24 season off, and then 25, you get the idea," close quote. But all jokes aside, I never actually meant to do an Irish goodbye. When I sat out after 2002, it was for a very specific reason, so I could start the next phase of my life, becoming a mom. Love that. Quigley said she was hoping to get pregnant fast and perhaps play one more season after having a baby, but things didn't happen as fast as we would have liked. They did happen, though. Quigley and Vandersloot welcomed their first child, Jana Christine, on April 8th of this year. And with her arrival, Quigley feels ready to finally and officially say goodbye to my basketball career. Prior to and this is all from ESPN.com. Prior to landing in Chicago, Quigley bounced around in the WNBA, playing for Phoenix, Indiana, San Antonio, and Seattle. The Storm had officially selected her in the second round of the 2008 draft before waiving her in training camp. She was ultimately picked up by the Mercury and spent her first 2 seasons in the league with them. Quigley averaged 10.9 points per game and 39.4% three-point shooting during her career, and emerged as a dominant force in the WNBA three-point shooting contest, which she won in 17, 18, 21, and 22. She won 2 Sixth Player of the Year's honors, both with Chicago. Allie Quigley, Chicago legend, DePaul legend, officially announcing her retirement from basketball.
And the worst part is Vandersloot is out with an ACL.
Yep, torn ACL. And I think this will put an epitaph on Vandersloot's career.
That's always tough.
I've had a chance to see both of them play. I had a chance to see Quigley grow up in Chicago as a women's basketball player. And she has now called it a career. I don't want to say Courtney Vandersloot is going to do the same, but after this ACL tear, I think Vandersloot's going to do the same. And they can concentrate on being parents and being happy away from the court. This is tough for me because, as I said, I watched Allie Quigley her entire career. Sorry about that, fellas.
You're all good.
Yeah, I had to go get some brownies because my sugar's dropping. And fellas, if you're dealing with diabetes, please take care of that now. Drink a lot of water. All right, that's going to help. Anyhow, from Joliet Catholic to DePaul to winning her championship with Chicago in 2021, Allie Quigley, we give you a salute, my dear, and hope that your time away from basketball allows you to be the parent that you want to be, allows you to be the partner that you want to be. It was great watching you. It's been, how did Brad Nessler put it when Michael Jordan retired? It's been an honor to call your games and a privilege to watch you play.
Listen, again, amazing career. And if Courtney Vandersloot does choose to retire as well, a great career from her as well.
Yes.
Champion both. And we're going to call them as they are, champions.
Yeah.
And future Hall of Famers.
Agreed. Vandersloot has 2 titles, one with Chicago, one with New York. She's back home in Chicago, and unfortunately that injury she suffered.
But what I wanted to do on Grilled Sports, I have made an executive decision that Grilled Sports will not air this week.
Really?
I need a week to reset and repair anything that
understood.
And get as many topics as he can, so that Blake, Victor, and I can all come back next week on Tuesday and basically do. But one of the things I wanted to do was predict tonight's games for the MLB.
No.
Okay. Random.
Go for it. You got the schedule in front of you, Droid. Go with it.
So the first game of the night is going to be the 5:35 slot Central, 6:35 Eastern. The Detroit Tigers at Baltimore Orioles. Before you make your pick,
Detroit.
Here are your pitchers. Brant Turner, who has a 1.62, 31 strikeouts and 2 saves, and Cade Pavich.
Break the glass.
Oh, I never thought you asked.
Wow.
The Orioles have stunk it up.
If we're breaking the glass off, if we're breaking the glass off,
Gunnar Henderson's supposed to be this good.
So I'm assuming, Victor, you're going to Detroit as well.
What?
I'm assuming Victor's going Detroit as well.
Yeah, Detroit.
Yep. Detroit's
the
at
next
the best team in
game.
the league.
You might as well press the button now. It's the Miami Marlins taking on the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Hell no.
Yeah.
Hell no.
Mitch Keller.
Hell
is the
no.
pitcher for the Pirates.
You can't make me do it. Nope. It ain't Paul Skeens.
Remember whenever that dude
and
was
it
in a
ain't
Royals
Jose-
jersey?
It ain't Paul Skeens and it ain't Jose Fernandez. You can't make me do it. No.
I mean, Mitch Keller's been pretty solid.
Not to me, he hasn't. Nope.
I am going to take the hot hand, and I'm taking the Pirates.
No,
You already know
I'm going to side with Joey Bart and O'Neal Cruz here. I'm gonna go Pirates.
I'll take Pirates.
You cannot listen, Brian. You cannot argue with a team that swept their rivals. All right.
Also,
the Pirates swept the Phillies.
Also, I mean, you can't.
No.
Listen, you cannot argue with a team that swept their rival.
You also can't argue with a team that got swept by the Rockies.
Yeah.
Or
Next
argue
game,
for
please.
a team that got swept by the Rockies. Okay.
Next game, please.
So Blake, you're going Pirates?
Yep.
Victor,
All right, hell with it. All right, hell with it. I'll go Pirates.
So it's a SeatGeek clean sweep.
Mm-hmm.
All right, next game. It's actually a good one. Wow. So you have the Cincinnati Reds taking on the Cleveland Indians.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Reds.
If it's Singer on the bump, I'm going to take Reds, but
it's
Reds.
Andrew Abbott.
He's a flamethrower. I'll take.
Batting against Cleveland pitchers, Cleveland has a 360 batting average. I'm taking
I'm going with the Reds. I'm going with the Reds.
Yeah, I'll
Indians
take Reds.
Indians
I'm
gonna
going to
get
side
shut out.
with. I mean, Jose Ramirez has been pretty electric this year. I'm going to side with Jose.
I'm going with the Reds. Next.
So we got 2 for the Indians, 2 for the Reds. It's a split decision. If only Shanner was here. The surprisingly good CHC versus the Phillies.
With
Phillies.
I mean,
Phillies
the
by
PCA
200.
hype is kind
We'll
of
go
too
Phillies.
much. It's overrated.
PCA is like Joel Embiid in the playoffs. Phillies.
I mean, I don't.
Victor?
I don't like.
Yeah, we're going Phillies.
That's a sweep.
I'm going to say it for Jono. Give me the Cubs.
Oh, you're going to say it for our boss. So if you don't know who Jono is, Jono is the owner of the Culvers that me and Blake work at.
And he's a Cubby.
He's a Cubby.
Oh,
And I think I'm going to go the same
I'm
way.
so
I'm
sorry.
loving how PCA is playing so far. You got Colin
PCA
Rea
is
on
the
the bump for the
PCA
Cubs.
is the
I'm
only
taking the
reason-
Cubs.
They still got Ben
PCA is-
Zobrist. That's
listen,
a flashback. They still
PCA
got
is the
Ben
only
Zobrist at
reason.
shortstop.
PCA is the only reason the Cubs are relevant. Give me the Phillies, and they'll do it in regulation tonight.
All right, the next game,
It is
the Tampa Bay Rays
Babyface Devers.
taking on Shane Lake's Boston.
move on.
I
Hold on.
am going to take the upset here just because of Giolito. He's been solid. He hasn't been amazing, but he's been solid. I'm going to take Giolito. I'm taking the Red Sox.
I got 6 reasons not to give a damn. I'm out on that one.
So I'm out
on that one. Rafael
Victor?
Devers is going to. Giolito's going to have a great start. Devers is going to mess it up.
So wait, which
He's going to
one
pull
is
a
this
Juan
again?
Soto and be non-existent.
Yep.
It's
Which
the Tampa
game
Bay
is this?
Rays, Ryan
He's gonna pull-
Pepiotes.
He's going to pull a North Carolina Tar Heels in the 2022 National
So
Championship
the-
game.
Yes!
Up in the second half.
The pitching matchup is Pepiote versus Giolito.
Rays versus who?
Listen, Gio's going to have a great pitching game.
Rays versus Red Sox, Victor.
Oh,
You can't leave out. I mean, Jaron Duran.
Yeah, Jaron Duran.
Oh God,
The
Duran.
one you confused with Jalen Duran.
Like Duran.
Yeah, Victor's sound just made it best. Next one. We only got a couple minutes. Let's go.
Yeah,
We
keep
can
going.
push it. Victor.
Nah, Glass. I can't.
See,
I can't.
Blake.
I rest my
I'm
case.
gonna give the split. I'm gonna take the Rays here.
Oh, you're taking the Rays. All right. Next game is another 7-10 slate. Nats, Mets.
Nats. Mets have actually been pretty solid
Mets.
this year.
These fast. You know the reason we're not
Mets.
getting through these fast is because you keep playing.
Are you
them,
gonna
right?
pick
Mets.
a game?
Mets.
Okay.
Mets.
Mets them up.
So 2 Mets. You got
Nats.
You got Nats.
Nats
I'm
been
sorry.
pretty solid.
You
I'm
got
sorry.
Nats.
I like the Nats, but not tonight. Next.
Nats. I'm gonna go Mets. 3-1 odds here. Next is Rangers Twins.
Next.
think we all,
I'm
I
gonna go
I
Rangers.
think we all know the
I don't know
answer
why.
to this one. It's gonna be the
I'll go
Swamp.
Bruce.
It's gonna be
I'll
the
go Bruce
20th.
Bochy. I'll go
Give me the
Bruce Bochy and the
Twinkies.
Rangers.
It's
I'll
gonna
go
be
with
the
Bruce
Rangers.
Bochy and the. I'll go with Bruce Bochy and the Rangers. Stacy and Stacy says I'm old school too, Snowman. Yes, thank you. Next one.
Keep going.
I'm taking the Twins. Next game, it's the Kansas City Royals taking on the New York Yankees in
Break the
Kansas
glass.
City.
Royals.
I'm as mad as hell, and I'm not going to take this anymore.
That's a
Royals.
I know I'm a homer, but I'm not stupid. I'm gonna say the Royals, but I know it's not gonna be that outcome.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
I will forever make Victor laugh with that.
It will take extra innings, but I think the Royals will pull it off.
Man, Aaron Judge is going to hit one so far it'll land in the fountain, through the fountain, and come out the other side. Yankees.
You're telling me he's going to drive a whole
Yankees
37?
win. The Yankees win. Thank you, John Sterling.
Next one is another glass break. I'm just going to skip over it because it's Atlanta and Milwaukee. Nobody cares.
Next one.
Blue Jays, Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Cardinals
have been really hot, actually.
The Jays got a good one in last night after surrendering a 3-1 lead. Cardinals led 4-3. They surrendered the tying run and eventually the winning run. I think the Cardinals bounce back tonight.
The Cardinals have been really solid so far.
I think
I want the Cardinals to win the Central and put the Cubs out of their misery.
I'm not gonna take the high hand. I'm gonna go to Blue Jays.
Okay. It's gonna be a good game, though.
That's gonna be a good game.
That's one of the better games on the schedule.
Next one, Astros. The other one after that, it's Giants. And then
Giants and
it's gonna be another one we don't care about.
Do we got the face off in California?
We do. Dodgers Padres at 9:40.
Ooh.
And that's is that in San Diego?
I don't like
in San Diego.
It's in
I don't
San
like
Diego.
the luxury tax. Give me San Diego.
I'm going with San Diego.
San Diego.
I'm going
Make
with
a
San
solid
Diego.
cap, MLB. Let's do it.
I'm going Dodgers. I'm taking the
upset.
the
You're taking
safe
Renegade.
pick.
That ain't an upset. The Dodgers are the world champions.
Beat the champs.
You must unseat the champs.
All right.
And we're gonna call it there. I'm not gonna try and do any of these other games because you got
Who
White
are the
Sox,
Gi-
Astros, and Giants, Rockies. Who cares?
Astros and Giants, and for those two games right there, Mike.
We do not care.
I had to put a bow on it, folks.
That's it, man. Game over, man. It's game over.
I love it. I'm going to make a video out of that. I don't know how, but I'm going to find a way to do it. Have a great day. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, folks, if your dreams don't scare you, then they're simply not big enough. Do what we're all doing here. Dream big and do bigger. We got more wackiness for you tomorrow on the Women's Wednesday edition of Snowman in the Morning. God bless you, and we love you. So long, everybody. And in the meantime, it's going to suck in Pittsburgh, even though Michael thinks
we do not care.
Incoming 9-8 season.
Incoming 8-9. Actually, I think it's going to finally be the year where he doesn't have a positive record. I think this year is going to be.
Why is it going to be? And why is it going to be bad? You ask.
Aaron Rodgers.
Because yes, Aaron, it is.
Dude, the on cue with the jersey swap already is pure gold right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Also,
imagine how hard Victor laughed when I premiered that yesterday.
Yes.
So long, folks. See you tomorrow. Bye.